Halo cuan geng, back again with me di konten Dior Crypto with Teruegawa. Dan let's begin. Koin berikutnya yang akan kita research adalah RNDR atau Render Token. Ini totally new buat gue nggak tahu ini koin apa. Tapi gue melihat dari sisi chartnya ini menarik banget. Lihat nih, lancipnya gila ya. Ini naik berapa X nih? 7X. Dalam waktu cuman 1 bulan nggak nyampe. Ini cuma berapa hari doang udah 7X. Gila ya. Oke, kita cari tahu ini koin apa. Ini banyak checks yang udah listing juga RNDR. Lihat tuh, banyak banget kan. Berarti ini udah market cap gede lah ya. Kita lihat dulu ranking berapa sih dia. Ranking, mana ranking? Rank. Kok nggak keluar? Oh, ranking 216. Ini market cap gede nih. Jaringannya jaringan Ethereum sama ada Polygon juga. Berarti di sini kita bisa tulis chain-nya ETH. Kayaknya mainnya ETH, tapi yang kita tulis ETH sama Matic. Langsung lanjut ke websitenya. Rendering the metaverse. Wah, ini keyword yang lagi viral banget ya. Semuanya pakai kata metaverse. Distributed GPU rendering on the blockchain. Oke. Ini buat render update. Kita lihat satu-satu dulu. About the render network. The render network is the leading provider of decentralized GPU-based rendering solutions, revolutionizing the digital creation process. Why render on the render network? Because the feature is being built today and hardware limitations should not be what keeps you from being a part of the new digital renaissance. Render puts the power of GPU rendering at your fingertips at a fraction of the cost and speed of in-house rendering. Founded 2016 by Jules Urbach. Jules Urbach mungkin ini kali si orangnya. Dia foundernya, ternyata udah dari 2016 cuy, udah lama. CEO of Otoy, Render is the next step in his dream of the open metaverse. With headquarters in Los Angeles, California, and a team based around the globe, the Render network and those behind it have been growing from strength to strength in the years since its establishment. Kalau dari baca ini, kita bisa lihat CEO-nya itu legit ya. Maksudnya dia ada namanya, terus juga dia udah pengalaman, dan dia basisnya di Amerika, di Los Angeles. Oke, kita lanjut. Introduction. Our vision is to democratize GPU cloud rendering. Ini kata kuncinya.
Low battery, please charge.
Ups, ada yang baterainya tinggal dikit, bentar, cas dulu. Oke, kita lanjut. GPU cloud rendering. Ini aja lah. The render network creates a much more efficient, powerful, and wide scalable rendering network. The render network is designed to connect users looking to perform render jobs with people who have idle GPUs to process the renders. Kayaknya manfaatin GPU yang nggak kepake untuk proses rendering metaverse deh. Simpelnya sih kayak gitu. Owners would connect their GPUs to render network in order to receive and complete rendering jobs using Octane Render. Users will send RNDR to the individual performing the render work, and Otoy will receive a small percentage of RNDR for facilitating the transaction and running the render network. Once they are registered their idle GPUs on the render network, the CPU owners become the node operators and are able to earn RNDR token. They do this by accepting jobs from users in need of rendering work, known as creators, who send their files to the render network, where they are assigned to operators. Render receives a small percentage of the RNDR paid out in order to maintain the network and facilitate the transaction. Intinya, si Otoy sebagai perusahaan, dia ngambil persentase komisi dari setiap transaksi RNDR dari si creator, si orang yang butuh rendering menggunakan GPU, kepada orang-orang yang memberikan GPU yang nggak kepake. Jadi transaksinya dia sebagai penengah. Jadi si pemilik GPU itu disebut sebagai node operators. Kita lihat aja videonya. Wait, nggak bisa diklik. Is it running? Coba kita refresh. Oke, videonya nggak bekerja. Coba kita cari di YouTube ya. Ada nggak? Mungkin ada. Render token. Nggak ada yang official ya. Kayaknya sih orang bisa mining render token menggunakan GPU. Kita baca dulu sampai bawah kali ya. Ini nggak bisa diklik. The problem, our visual world is evolving at breakneck speed. Dia ngeliat ada kebutuhan yang terus growing. Pertama, network scalability. Scaling GPU rendering power is too difficult with traditional render technology. There are limits on what can be done rendering locally on a network or even in the clouds. It's impossible to leverage GPUs throughout the world efficiency without some sort of decentralized system that tracks and manages render job. Jadi ini problem pertamanya, yaitu kalau kita pakai cara tradisional, itu akan sangat sulit. Dan untuk leverage itu, dia bilang it's impossible untuk leverage GPUs. Terus, the sleeping GPU network. GPUs, the most efficient rendering hardware, are now standard component on every phone and PC. However, the current system harbors many inefficiencies. Most developers' GPUs remain idle when they are not rendering their own work, leaving a wealth of potential power waiting to be tapped. Nah, ini dia ngeliat opportunity di mana banyak GPU yang udah dipakai sama HP dan personal komputer di zaman sekarang yang nggak kepake, atau saat dia lagi nggak rendering jadi idle atau ya unused lah, sama aja ya, nggak kepake. Terus yang ketiga, a better use for GPU power. Today, a large amount of GPU power is used in proof of work mining. When GPUs are used to solve arbitrary arithmetic function in order to provide the best power and security for their respective crypto networks. But POW mining is inherently inefficient and wastes the true power in GPUs. Renders envisions a better future where our network is empowered by the very work that GPUs are designed to do, bringing creative vision to life. Jadi dia ngelihat dibandingkan cuman buat proof of work mining, GPU itu bisa dipakai lebih bagus untuk membantu rendering network ini, RNDR network ini, supaya si creator entah gaming atau metaverse, dia bisa ngebantu kita dengan GPU kita bisa ngebantu bringing creative visions to life. Jadi GPU kita nggak cuma buat mining, ada cara yang lebih baik, yaitu dengan jadi node providers di RNDR ini. Terus yang keempat, digital rights management. There's no universally accessible storage location for artists to store their work and know that it is theirs. Through the blockchain and the ledger-based storage protocol of the RNDR network, artists are able to store and access their designs and creations. Jadi dengan RNDR, dia jadi menyediakan tempat untuk artis-artis bisa bilang, ini adalah tempat gue nge-store karya-karya gue, dan gue bisa ngakses desain-desain gue di network RNDR ini. How it works. The render network. The render network is the first network to transform the power of GPU compute into a decentralized economy of connected 3D assets. Please read the white paper for more details. Oke, kita baca. Di sini, ini ada langkah-langkahnya. User submit a job on RNDR. User requesting jobs. Once completed and delivered, RNDR token are transferred via the smart contract. Smart contracts and blockchain. Ya ini jaringan Ethereum berarti ini. ETH. Matic cuman bridge-nya doang. Protocol calculates the amount of RNDR required to perform the job. Details attached to smart contract and sent across the render network. User processing jobs. GPU owners use Octane Render to process the requested job. Jadi ini ada aplikasi namanya Octane Render. Kalau orang mau jadi node providernya, dia harus download ini harusnya ya. Harus install ini. Ethereum's widespread adoption was the key to realizing our vision. Instead of GPUs being used to only mine currencies, we use their intrinsic function to render and leverage the features of blockchain, network, incentives, and trust. Oke, ini dia ada media, industri, augmented reality, mixed reality, gaming, medical, virtual reality. Ini adalah industri yang dia kejar, yaitu industri media, augmented reality, mixed reality, gaming, medical, virtual reality. Ya, more or less, ini dia menyediakan platform untuk kita memanfaatkan GPU kita, nggak cuma buat mining, tapi bisa buat jadi rendering ini. Ini foundernya, Julius Urbach. Fotonya paling gede sendiri. Ari Emanuel, coba kita klik. Oke. Wow, ada Beeple juga. Beeple ikut di project ini, which is good. Beeple ini kalau yang belum tahu, ini adalah artis yang setiap hari dia bikin 3D artworks di Instagram, dan kita bisa nikmatin gratis, kita tinggal follow aja. Dan dia masuk ke dunia NFT dengan lelang, kalau nggak salah lelang terbesarnya dia itu 69 juta US dollar untuk karya dia yang dari day one sampai hari kesekian gitu. Jadi ada banyak tumpukan karya. Kita langsung lihat aja lah. Gue cari ya, coba ya. Beeple Crab. Nah, ini karya-karyanya dia. Nah, ini dia nih. Ini yang dia jual di NFT. 6.6 million US dollars. Atau sebesar 123 USD to IDR. Waduh, ini nolnya udah banyak banget. 941 miliar. Wow. Hampir 1 triliun, man. Oh, shit. Oke. Nah, dia adalah orangnya. So, dia join project ini yang menurut gue ini akan mendukung artis-artis, digital artis lebih tepatnya. Ini core team-nya. Masih asing semua sih, gue belum ada yang tahu di sini. People handling community outreach, ini community manajernya. Kebanyakan 3D artis juga buat rendering. Ya jelas lah, 3D pasti butuh rendering kan. Blockchain Technology Partners, Decentraland. Ini Manaland, SIA, Basic Attention Token, BAT, Algorand. Coba ini gue klik, bisa nggak? Nggak bisa dicari, coba render token intro. Nah ini nih. Iklan. Alright. Bentar, gue matiin lagunya dulu.
Rendering for almost a decade now. Our product, Octane Render, was one of the first GPU renders to provide cinematic realism to film jobs and television. Today, it's used in productions like the opening of Westworld, and it's also now a big part of video game development, especially for AR and VR. Octane is a very special GPU software. There's really no limit to the amount of compute power and render power that you can throw behind a render job with our software. Our idea is that at a certain point, scaling GPU rendering power is too difficult. Rendering locally on a network, even in the cloud, just hit a wall. It's impossible to leverage all of the GPUs in the world efficiently without some sort of decentralized system that allows that to be tracked and managed. Today, we're very proud to introduce the Render Token, which is a ERC20 token that's based on the Ethereum blockchain. This token will allow anyone to participate in render jobs and be rewarded with render tokens that they can cash in. Everyone creating renders and creating content through the system has authorship and chain of title established on the blockchain permanently. Our goal is not only to create a distributed peer-to-peer network of unlimited rendering power, but also to have a marketplace where services and assets and even modules built on the rendering network can be distributed and shared and monetized by everyone. There's nothing that's going to be rendered through the render token that isn't coming from artistic or creative intent. That's the whole point of the service. So there's a lot that can be done beyond just creating great artwork and media or even video games with this technology. There's scientific simulations, light leaking simulations for architecture that can be built inside of the rendering system. And this means that you can actually perform render jobs that are useful for the sciences and for research and get rewarded at the same time. This is a great use of the blockchain and of everyone's GPU power. Our vision as a company has been to democratize compute and rendering power, and this is one of the best ways to do it. Please visit us for more progress updates on rendertoken.com and on our social media links below. We're incredibly excited about the service, and we hope you are too. Thank you so much. This is Jules Verbeck, signing off.
Menarik. Jadi visinya dari siapa tadi namanya? Jules Urbach ini, dia ngelihat sebuah masalah kalau rendering itu susah untuk di leverage up kalau kita ngelakuin itu locally. Jadi dia menggunakan blockchain supaya bisa jadi decentralized. Semua orang yang punya GPU nganggur jadi bisa manfaatin GPU-nya untuk ngelakuin job render tadi terhadap digital artist. Dan ada marketplace-nya juga yang untuk creative works yang tadi dia bilang. Oke, let's pelajarin lebih dalam. Di sini ada lagi nggak yang dia jelasin? Tinggal kita lihat white paper ya, atau knowledge page. Nah, ini white paper-nya ya. Ini nih white paper. Knowledge base-nya apa nih? Coba.
I think free when I first saw Dragon's Lair, which totally changed my life. And it came out at a time when I was like Pac-Man. But the difference was we're watching a Disney that was beautifully rendered. In fact, there's nothing better visually that I could imagine. There's a footstick that I slept, so it gave me agency to actually control what I was seeing. It gave me a really interesting insight. You have every single possible thing ever rendered stored on a disk, and you can actually just use a controller to blow those up. You know, that could actually give you everything you want. That is something that formed a lot of the innovations and ideas that led to me creating Otoy. Otoy is working on making holographic reality from the cloud practical and possible in anybody's hands.
If you've seen some of Otoy's work, they have some things that show up ray tracing, semi-transparent stuff, reflections, and those are literally the best images I have ever seen through any VR headset anywhere.
Otoy's goal is to actually figure out the equivalent of the web or the metaverse and provide everything that we can need to sort of create and imagine what they want. Today, we have this holographic technology, which is all about the efficient ways to pre-rendering every possible viewpoint, every way that light can interact and change, and giving you the agency to look around that, to mix that, to interact with it. Ultimately, a creator should be able to say, I have an idea where a truck is going through a forest and I want the sun to be here. There's going to be a point where you're not going to have a wand or a mouse that does this. You're going to think about it, and it's going to happen. The cloud is also another important aspect of it, because I don't feel that there needs to be a physical computer or device. The idea of this sort of metaverse is sort of an ethereal concept. The glasses that we're working with, these ODG glasses, allowed us to describe it as something that I've never seen in any other device. Sure, they're a pair of sunglasses, but they have that form factor, and you can see the world around you. But we actually filter that, so we can actually turn them into VR glasses just by changing all the pieces to black, and all of a sudden you're in a black room. Or we can cast a shadow on the ground, we can block out the sun and change the entire color temperature of the room. And those are actually really important cues that without that, we'll never get the eye to feel like they're actually looking at these realities. Rendering the Metaverse was a joint project we did with Oculus, and it was amazing. So the idea of Rendering the Metaverse was to give every single person get a free version of Octane, and to let them just create anything they wanted, and every month Oculus would sponsor a reward. We ended up seeing thousands of these beautiful renders. They were just wonderful. I mean, it was absolutely mind-blowing. And it's not just the visual fidelity and quality that Octane provided, it's beautiful. It's that we actually could see people's imaginations of work. For me, it was one of the first times through this contest, through the Metaverse, that I felt that this is it. This is what Otoy really is about. there's a part of me that really never grew up, and I was always in this mindset of searching and yearning for things that I don't know that would just allow me to explore my mind. And the way that I imagine stories being told about tools, the ultimate endpoint is very much the way the children tell stories when they're playing with toys and they're actually doing things together. Every single person should have agency to create. And I feel like we do our jobs right. Everyone with an idea is going to be able to render these. There won't be a learning curve because, frankly, the way that I think is always ideas. I mean, I had something that crossed my mind. Maybe it was innovative, but then I had to go learn how to code it. And then I had to figure out the technology. And what if, none of that was necessary? Every child with an idea could actually change the world. That was something amazing. And if Otoy actually fulfills its mission, that was possible.
Wow, I like this guy. Dia sangat visionary dan masalahnya jelas. Dan solusi yang ditawarkan juga menurut gue is very amazing. Really, it's amazing. Oh, ini lewat Vimeo di blog di Indonesia. Let's start VPN then. Ini yang tadi kayaknya, ini video yang introduction.
Otoy has been at the forefront in production, also now a big part of
Yep.
video.
Ini yang video yang awal. Oops, kepencet. Mana tadi? How renders work. Bener yang ini bukan sih? Kok kayaknya sama?
Hi, this is Jules Urbach, CEO of Otoy. Otoy has been at the forefront of GPU rendering for almost.
Nah, ini yang benar.
Hi, this is Jules Urbach, CEO and co-founder of Otoy. I want to talk about our roadmap for the render network that we're building following the token launch. So the render network is going to do something that's never been achieved before. It's a really novel approach to cryptocurrency and the blockchain built on ultimately the value of rendering cinematic assets and virtual reality and holographic content. We feel that the render token is a fundamental unit of currency. It's going to be used everywhere throughout immersive computing and rendering in the decades to come. Traditionally, computing power, especially GPU computing power, has been centralized on a cloud or limited to a couple of nodes that you have in your office. We've actually come to the point where we don't have enough GPUs. The kinds of jobs that our users and customers are starting to do that are focused on VR and AR are tapping into huge dimensions of rendering power where the real world and the synthetic world need to match. And these jobs map to 100 times more compute power in maze than traditional movies and video game lighting prior in the past. So we see the utility of the render network expanding what the cloud computing ecosystem of today offers in the era of AR, VR, and holographic content. One of the things that makes the render network possible is that the rendering that we're doing is essentially split from the application that is used to create it. Flow render tokens go from the user or artist creating a render job to the node producers in charge of processing that specific render. Once the job has been verified and finished through our ecosystem, render information will be sent back across the network to the original user. Everyone that contributes to that rendering power, unlike decentralized cloud service like Amazon or Google or Azure, will participate in the value and the rewards of powering this network of millions of GPUs. The render token network will also introduce a really important concept that's missing from current media and publishing pipelines, and that is creating a chain of authorship from the inception of a piece of artwork content, including mapping multiple authors, multiple contributors into the content itself as it gets created. This is more powerful than watermarks and DRM because it ensures that the use of these assets and their value themselves are part of the blockchain and therefore validated in every possible way that is meaningful in this ecosystem. Every single asset that goes through the system is converted into a standard photon-based metric that content creators, even in combination,
can assign value that flows back to them when it's used or rendered. And through other tokens, like a basic attention token, you can actually have photons map to add values. And these kinds of networks, both inside of the render token system and other cryptocurrency networks, these are the computing primitives in the economy of the future. For art, for services, for knowledge, things that we can barely imagine today, in a way that the pre-web world did not imagine the decentralization of compute and information in the early 90s. Please track our progress, check our social media accounts at Render Token, and follow us on Rocket Chat and Reddit. We're very excited to complete these next steps and have you be part of this amazing future of the world. Thank you so much. This is Jules Urban.
Nice. Oops, kepencet lagi kan? Oke, wait. Mepet soalnya di atas nih. Kita lanjut lagi. Rendering metaverse inspired by the book Life After Television. Ini ada showcase-nya juga nih. Mari kita tonton aja nih showcase-nya. Loh, kok sama? Wait a minute. Ribet nih.
This is Jules Urban.
Oh, buat game industri juga gede nih. Wah, nge-lag. Oh, enggak ada. $2.000 render span, biayanya 2.000 render. Oke. Terus lanjut lagi. Tadi mana sampai mana sini ya? Ini showcase kedua ya kayaknya. Ini showcase ketiga. Ya bolehlah lihat-lihat aja. Keren banget ini. Yap, ini showcase kedua. Duh, nge-lag lagi Vimeo-nya. Cool. Realistik juga. Oke, Vimeo-nya nge-lag. Kita lihat-lihat aja. Ini yang ketiga. Wait, kok sama? Apa gue salah copy? Oke. Mobil balap ya ini. Wow, lighting sama shadow-nya keren banget. Buat advertising ini juga dibutuhin banget. Oke, kurang lebih paham lah. Ini Dunlop. Ini Dead Mouse. Video musiknya ya. Oke. Kurang lebih itulah. Daripada nanti gue di ban gara-gara ada musik copyright. Ini yang gue pause ya nggak? Ini apa ini? Kok sama juga? Kayak gue salah copy mulu deh. Kayak ini iklan mobil. Yap, iklan mobil. Oke. Lanjut lagi. Latest news. Turn 1 year old. Lah, tadi katanya udah founded 3 years ago. Kok di sini turns 1 year old? Mungkin tokennya doang kali ya. Otto yang 3 tahun. Kita lihat white paper. We are on the cusp of technology transformation of very few of reality, affecting everything from computation to physics. Everything is becoming more virtual. Agree? From people on the street glued to their smartphones to engineers producing new realities, augmented and virtual, that allow us to immerse ourselves in new computer-generated worlds. As entertainment companies adopt these new ways of producing new visual effects, content creators and editors find themselves facing new dimensions of complexity. However, larger and more complex jobs spanning thousands of frames across time for animations and space for VR walkthroughs require external servers and additional resources. No system has existed that scales rendering speed across many dimensions of work in order to allow content creators to tap into the vast pool of graphics card from an online network. Imagine the possibilities in a world where physically correct rendering tasks are completed quickly and efficiently in a blockchain-based peer-to-peer network with no error or delay and with securely protected property rights. We have already innovated the process of rendering reality to new, unprecedented levels. Now we innovate the rendering ecosystem. Welcome to the future, the age of render token. Wow. Ini project sih bagus banget sih. Menurut gue ini the problem is real, the solution is real, the scaling juga bisa scale up banget. Win-win buat network ekosistemnya. We are on the cusp of technological transformation of our very view of reality, affecting everything from computation to physics. Ya ini kan kata-kata yang tadi sama. Nah ini juga Craft of Destiny opening for HBO's Westworld, or just a few of the Shell's GPUs. Gue setuju banget. Ini untuk industri film, gaming akan sangat membutuhkan jasa dari RNDR ini karena untuk per second-nya aja dia akan membutuhkan tenaga GPU seberapa banyak dan berapa lama untuk render. Kalau bisa lewat blockchain, seharusnya lebih cepat, jauh, dan lebih gampang untuk di scale up. Blockchain render, oke. Kita bisa lihat di sini ada apa yang menarik, proven track record. Berarti Otto ini yang gua tangkep sebenarnya dia itu dulu adalah jasa rendering yang udah berpengalaman, tapi dia pengen scale up dengan cara blockchain. Yap, I guess itu yang dia mau bilang di sini. Oke, kita lanjut. Value proposition. Render token will make the process of rendering and streaming intricate virtual works easier for all users. It will allow complex GPU-based render jobs to be distributed and processed on peer-to-peer network, making the transactional process of rendering and streaming 3D environments, models, and objects much simpler for end users. Furthermore, the render network will eventually evolve to include crowdsourced source 3D project to digital rights management, creating a vibrant new marketplace to fund digital ideas, assets, and applications that anyone can access and leverage. Wow. Setiap gue baca semakin wow. Rendering 101. Yang belum tahu ya, render sebenarnya ya image synthesis transforms a 2D or 3D computer model into a photorealistic image or scene. Ini sih kata kuncinya, ngebuat gambar kita jadi fotorealistik. Jadi kayak buat arsitek, kalau misalnya mau jual desainnya, kalau misalnya cuman sketch doang kan kurang menarik. Dia butuh rendering, yang biasanya butuh teknologi PC yang udah advance, dan nunggunya juga lumayan lama. Kayak plus buat perfilman kayak After Effects segala macam kan rendering lama. Dan dengan RNDR ini kita bisa jauh lebih cepat ngerendering, cukup ngebayar dengan RNDR tadi, token RNDR. Menggunakan mesin dari decentralized. Jadi siapapun yang punya GPU nganggur, dia bisa berkontribusi di jaringan RNDR. Intinya begitulah. Oke, ini adalah penjelasan tentang rendering. Today, Auto's Octane Render is the world's first and fastest GPU-accelerated physically correct render. Octane Render is revolutionary in the graphic card and your computer renders photorealistic image extremely quick images that previously took hours and sometimes days to render. Benar. Dan kadang rendernya nggak sempurna plus bisa error juga. With Octane's parallel compute capabilities, you can create stunning works in a fraction of the time. Wow, ini solutif banget sih. Ada websitenya juga, org.otoy.com. Mari kita cek. Berseluncur. Oke, sambil kita nunggu, kita baca-baca lagi. Dive into Render Token, the solution for widely accessible P2P cloud-based blockchain rendering. Oke. Nah, ini dia, render system flow. Ini yang tadi di video udah jelasin. User yang butuh render, dia requested jobs, terus dia masukin karyanya di blockchain, terus user processing jobs, dikasih reward RNDR, si pihak Otoy akan ngambil komisi berapa persen RNDR untuk kelangsungan si ekosistemnya, tapi kita belum tahu nih berapa persen yang diambil. Tapi ya, yang penting ekosistemnya jalan dengan lancar, semuanya win-win, yang punya GPU nganggur seneng, yang requested jobs juga seneng, jadi dia bisa lebih cepat dan nggak perlu investasi GPU, dan pihak RNDR juga seneng karena dia dapat komisi dari setiap transaksi. This is a good ecosystem. Ini caranya, user render job, they go to org portal in one of 30 supported toolchains and submit a render task. ORC renders will be one click away from one Octane plugin, allowing for easy access at any time. The render task is calculated and they get quoted a price for the task in render tokens. Jadi ketika dia submit, dia akan dapat penawaran harga. They pay and the tokens and the render details get attached to the smart contracts. The task is sent across the render network and facilitated by a user that will match the task and process the render job. The user processing the job then utilize their GPU to perform the task requested from them, and once complete, sends the completed task back through the render network. Once completed and reconciled, the tokens are transferred from the user who requested the task to the user or server that completed the task via the smart contract. Nah, di sini yang gue rada skeptisnya adalah bagaimana menjaga supaya user yang memprocessing jobs ini tidak menyalahgunakan file yang dimiliki oleh user yang requested jobs. Di sini gue masih belum tahu bagaimana pihak RNDR memproteksi file yang dikirim ini nggak disalahgunakan atau disebarluaskan. Harusnya sih ada proteksi karena dia melalui blockchain, tapi gue nggak tahu karena kalau butuh rendering kan pasti dia akan punya filenya, ya nggak sih? Gue masih belum tahu di proteksinya gimana. Mapping the value of render token. One render token will be initiated mapped to 256 seconds of work, 256 Octane bench. Ya. Ini speknya. Mana ada yang penting lagi nggak? User point tables ini untuk rewardnya ini. Just complete for example. Wah, ini udah detail banget. Ini mungkin yang pertanyaan gue tadi nih, preventing fraud on the network. There are several systems in place to prevent fraud that include both on-chain and off-chain process. For example, let's say that Jason submits a job to be rendered on the network. Case decides to take on this job, but she unwisely plans to render Jason's works at a lower quality. Oh, ini kalau dia ada curang nih. Si yang render ngasihnya kualitas yang lebih rendah. Then Jason paid for. The system has the ability to send thumbnails of the renders as they progressively get done, so that Jason can see his work as it is being processed. Combine this with the information already stored in the smart contract in plain English. Process Jason's basketball court render at 256 octane bench for 256 seconds. And it becomes near impossible to spoof the render or not deliver what is promised in the render job agreement. Katie would have to process the job as stated or risk her reputation. Berarti untuk prevent ini adalah ada thumbnail checker sama reputasi. These combinations of fraud prevention make up something that we refer to as proof of render. The system will process the transaction only when the job is completed as outlined in the initial transaction via smart contracts. Additionally, other features are built into the network to verify rendered jobs. These features will not be made public in order to not divulge information to those looking to take advantage of it. Sepertinya dari situ proteksinya, tapi gue masih belum tahu kalau misalnya si yang ngerender menyalahgunakan filenya itu gimana solusinya. Oke, render token roadmap. Ternyata token sale-nya udah dari 2018. Ini development process preparation peer-to-peer transaction, launch peer-to-peer network, the ultimate vision, TBD, use of funds. Ini tokenomics-nya. Oke. Ini udah selesai. Tapi kok gue belum lihat marketplace-nya ya? Apa gue belum connect? Ini Otoy. Ternyata harus login. Mungkin di dalam Otoy-nya marketplace-nya. RNDR token ini cuman mata uangnya doang. Oh, ini ada artis portal. Kayaknya itu deh. Oh iya benar, harus di sini. Coba kita login aja. Aplikasinya belum disiapkan. Oke, login with Facebook-nya error. Wah, itu minus poinnya nih. Gue masih belum lihat marketplace-nya. Project-nya bagus, tapi kok marketplace-nya kita belum bisa lihat ya. Coba sekali lagi gue kasih kesempatan. Gue daftar manual tanpa login with Facebook. Oh iya, mesti register dulu. Learn about RNDR, get subscription. Mana marketplace-nya? Oh ini dia, jobs. Kok nggak bisa? Account, scenes. Ini project-nya udah jalan belum sih? Gue jadi penasaran. At RNDR. Kok nggak ada marketplace-nya ya? Malah jualan software-nya, Octane Render. Per bulannya ini 39 euro. Di manakah marketplace-nya? Oke, gue nggak tahu ini proyeknya udah jalan atau enggak. Secara paper dan secara planning plus timnya legit, it's very good. Tapi gue nggak bisa ngelihat marketplace di sini atau scenes yang sedang berjalan atau mereka private. I don't know. Overall ini oke. Dan ini juga udah banyak listing. Tapi karena minus di sini tadi, nggak bisa ngelihat jobs yang berlangsung, gue akan kasih dia skor 7.2 lah. Ini where to buy-nya Kucoin, Get.io, MXC. Ada Binance nggak? Belum masuk di Binance ya. Jadi ya inilah yang gede-gede aja. Potensialnya circulating supply-nya segini. Kita bisa cek di sini. Sini aja dah. Bentar. Koin ke 100-nya sekarang siapa? Apakah masih ZIL? Oh, udah bukan. XDC. XDC Network. Di sini RNDR. Ternyata kalau RNDR jadi top 100 market cap, dia cuman nambah sedikit. Sekarang harganya berapa sih? 6,49, 7,7. Potensinya cuma nambah sedikit. Sekarang baru ranking 200-an. Potensinya cuma 1,09 kali. Itu pun kalau circulating supply-nya tetap segini, which is nggak mungkin, dia akan nambah terus kan. Jadi poinnya gue kurangin lagi, jadi 7. 7 karena gue ngelihat problem dan kebutuhannya jelas, tapi di eksekusinya gue nggak melihat benar-benar berjalan atau ini emang belum berjalan. Di watchlist-nya juga oke, banyak. Kita bisa lihat di sini hodlers-nya berapa. 7.000. Nggak terlalu banyak ternyata hodlers-nya dibandingkan sama DXCT. Waduh, susah banget nyebut tuh koin. By the time kita ngomong juga dia turun terus karena jadi minus 14%. Wow. Oke. Tapi emang karena market crypto lagi lesu juga sih sekarang. Oke, segitu dulu kayaknya. Ada informasi apa lagi yang bagus di render token ini? Kayaknya gitu aja. Oke, I'm Teregawa. Always stay true. Bye-bye. Dan kalau kalian ada koin yang direkomendasikan, boleh tulis di komen. Bye-bye.